right, friends, we're going to do some warm-ups. So stand on up to your feet. Today we're going to do lunges and jumping jacks. Okay? So we're going to do 10 lunges, and you want to do opposite. We're alternating our legs, okay? Here we go. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you ready? Let's do 10 jumping jacks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's do our lunges again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, I am warmed up. I hope you're warmed up too. Let's get ready to learn something new. Hey friends, Miss Kayla here, and today I have my pal Junior, and today we are going to talk all about sportsmanship. Now that's a really big word. What is sportsmanship? Well, sportsmanship is being a good sport whether you win or lose. So whether you're playing a game, or maybe you're on a team and you play basketball or soccer or football, or maybe even just at home when you're playing Uno or go fish with your siblings. How do we be a good sport whether we win or lose? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to talk all about that. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure we have a good attitude, because games are for fun and we can get competitive, but it's always important to remember that we have to have a good attitude whether we win or lose. The second thing we need to do is we need to share, because sharing is caring. So if you win and you get a really big cool prize, you could share part of your prize with somebody else. The third thing we could do is we need to remember that it's okay if we lose sometimes and try again. Maybe you'll win the next time around. And the fourth thing is that when we're being a good sport and maybe we lose, we can shake each other's hands and say, hey, good job, and encourage the other person. All right, friends, now that we've talked about what it looks like to be a good sport, whether we win or lose, we have something really exciting planned. So Junior and I are actually entered in LoveWay's Cowboy Race. We are going to go and compete against another rider and see if we can win a really awesome prize. So why don't you come with us and let's go learn all about the race and then see what happens.
Hi boys and girls, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in today. We have an awesome show for you. Today we are going to be showing you our LoveWay Cowboy Race. We are so excited. I'm Miss Erica, this is Miss Rachel, and we are going to explain to you some things first before we show you the race. Our contestants today are our riders, are Miss Kayla on Junior and then Mr. Ryan on Lucky. So Miss Rachel, can you tell us what our riders are going to have to do with this obstacle course behind us?
All right, friends, we have a really exciting course today. So we have cones and we have a pole on the ground. Our riders are going to have to weave through the cones, go over the pole, and then they'll turn around and trot back home. And the first one home is going to be our winner. Are you ready, riders?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to say go. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's watch it. Ready? On your mark, get set, go!
We're the winner! Good boy, Junior! We won!
I was right there the whole time.
I was the winner.
No, you're not.
Winner, winner, winner,
You know what? You might be bigger, but this horse is faster, and I won. I can tell you I won. I was right there.
Hey, good job, Ryan.
Oh, thanks. That was a tight race. You did really good.
Thanks. Your horse didn't buck this time.
I thought I was going to catch you, but we were close.
Hey, good job.
Good
Air
job.
high five.
That was great. You deserve it.
Oh, thanks. If you would have won, you would have deserved it too. All right, friends, now that we have watched LoveWay's cowboy race and we saw the 2 different ways that it could possibly end, let's recap on how to be a good sport. Now, sportsmanship is being a good sport whether we win or lose. So, the different ways that we could do that is we have to have a good attitude. We need to remember that sharing is caring. So if you get a really big, awesome prize, you could share it with the other people around you. And the third thing is that it's okay if we don't win. We can try again. It's all right to try again. And the fourth thing that we could do is we could encourage those around us and say, hey, you did a really good job today. Good work. So let's think about possibility number 1 and possibility number 2. Now, in possibility number 1, there wasn't a lot of encouragement, was there? There was a lot of people that were really, really excited that they won, and some people that were really, really sad that they lost. And they didn't encourage each other at all, and they didn't have very positive attitudes. And then in possibility number 2, we saw the riders encouraging one another. They tried to share with one another, and they had a positive attitude whether they won or they lost. So this week, when you play a game, whether you're playing a sport or if you're playing a game in your classroom at home like Uno or Go Fish, I want you to practice being a good sport whether you win or lose. All right, friends, that is the end of this week's episode of Barn Buddies. Now, I want you to check back next week and see what fun we're going to have next week. So we'll see you later, friends. Bye.
Welcome to the beach, friends. I found a horse. There's a horse under here. Let's see who it is. It's our friend Junior. Now, Junior is quite the beautiful boy. He's 16 hands. Before he came to LoveWay, he was a mounted police horse. He is very gentle. He's great for the trail, walk, trot, canter in the arena. He's a good horse. Now, Junior is a quarter horse, but he also has some thoroughbred influence in his family tree. So he's a big boy. He's very gentle. He has these flies buzzing all over his face. So I'm going to put his little fly mask back on so he doesn't have to worry about those anymore. Okay? Thanks for coming out and meeting Junior. Hello, friends. I'm here with my wonderful little halflinger, Lucky. Check out that lovely forelock. It goes all the way down to the tip of her nose nearly. Now, Lucky is 12 years old, and she is trained very well to ride. Before she came to LoveWay, she pulled a cart and gave rides under saddle and all that good stuff. But since she's been at LoveWay, she has learned how to walk, trot, canter around the arena, and we have been using her for about a year now, and she does a wonderful job. She's a registered halflinger, and she has this wide back and short stature and a very gentle demeanor and a beautiful forelock. So we are very thrilled to have Lucky here. And can you say bye? Oh, that was pretty good.
Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to read a really exciting book, and with our friend Bonnie. So our book here is called Blaze and the Forest Fire. Here we go. Billy was a boy who loved horses more than anything else in the world. He loved his own pony, Blaze, best of all. After his father and mother gave him Blaze, Billy spent most of his time with the pony. Blaze would come whenever Billy called, and he seemed to like the rides through the forest or along the road as much as Billy did. Billy felt sure that Blaze understood him when he talked, and the pony really did seem to understand what Billy was saying. Billy's dog Rex usually went with them on the rides, but one day he was sick, so Billy's mother kept him at home. It was a beautiful day, and Billy decided to ride along a little winding road. It passed through some woods, and not many people used it. Both Billy and Blaze liked to ride through the woods because there were so many things to see. They always met rabbits and squirrels and saw many, many birds. Flowers grew along the way, and the big trees were green and cool after the hot, dusty roads. The summer had been very warm, and there had been little rain. Do you see him going through the woods? They had gone quite a long way when Blaze suddenly stopped. Billy looked ahead and saw smoke coming out of the pile of dry bush at the end of the road. He knew that it was against the law to build fires in the woods during the dry season. It was not a safe thing to do because of the danger of starting a forest fire. Oh no. Even as Billy looked, the flames burst out. He knew that these flames were the beginning of a forest fire, unless they could be put out. If a breeze came up and carried the fire to the big pine trees nearby, the whole countryside might burn. Not only the grass and the trees would be burned, fences and barns and houses along the way would also go up in flames. Oh no, do you see the fire? Billy had once seen a place where a forest fire had been. He remembered how bare and black it had looked, with burned stumps where beautiful trees had been. He knew he must try to save the woods. The woods he loved so much. He must go quickly and get some help. The nearest place to go for help was a large farm. It was a long way to the farm by this road, and there was no time to lose. Billy knew they could save much time if they cut through the cross country through the fields. But to reach the first field, they would have to jump a high stone wall, higher than anything Blaze had ever jumped. But Blaze seemed to understand that they needed to hurry, and he jumped the high perfectly. Look, he's jumping the wall. Then they went as fast as they could across the wide field. Billy did not need to urge Blaze. The pony was going like the wind. If he could only keep up this speed, they would soon reach the farmhouse. Billy could see it far off in the distance. Look at them race away. In the middle of the field was a brook. There was no bridge and there was no time to look for a shallow place to cross. Come on, Blaze, called Billy, and Blaze went even faster than before. The nearer they came to the brook, the wider it seemed. It was too late to stop now. They were right at the water's edge. Blaze made a tremendous leap. Billy could feel how hard he was trying. It seemed that they would surely get over the brook safely. Look at him jumping. As they landed, the brook gave way under the pony's hind feet. For a moment, Billy thought they would fall back into the brook, but Blaze scrambled up the bank, and Billy held on somehow with his arms around the pony's neck. Oh no, what's gonna happen? In a flash, Billy had his feet in the stirrups again, and they were off as fast as the faithful pony could go. Blaze was breathing hard now, but the farmhouse was near. Do you see the farmhouse, Bonnie? Suddenly, Billy pulled Blaze to a stop. There, right in front of them, was a high wall with barbed wire on the top. He looked both ways, but there was no gate in sight. Billy almost gave up, but then the thought of the fire sweeping across the countryside was just too much. They must go on. Oh no, what do you think is gonna happen? Just once more, Blaze, he whispered to the pony. Poor Blaze was very tired, but he galloped bravely towards the fence. He was straining every muscle for the jump. Look, can you jump like that, Bonnie? They were almost over when Billy felt Blaze's hind legs catch on the wire, and they began to fall. Oh no! These pages are stuck together. There we go. Down went Blaze to his knees, and Billy slipped out of the saddle, and on the pony's neck, it seemed certain that Blaze would go down all the way, taking Billy with him. Oh no, Bonnie, look at what's happening. But with a great effort, Blaze scrambled to his feet, and Billy, holding on to the pony's neck, stayed on. Then Blaze started at a gallop for the farmhouse, which was just across the field. Look, he's holding on for dear life. They galloped into the farmhouse. The farmer and his son hurried over to meet Billy. All out of breath, he told them about the fire. At once they got some things to use to put it out. Then they climbed into a car and drove off very fast. The farmer's wife quickly telephoned to the neighbors to send all the help they could. Blaze was covered with sweat and dirt. He was a very tired pony, but he rubbed his nose against Billy and seemed to know that the boy was proud of him. "You're the best pony in the whole world, Blaze, the very best," said Billy, and he felt sure that what he said was true. Look, he's giving him a pat. The barbed wire had cut Blaze's legs, so the farmer's wife brought some warm water and medicine and helped Billy wash the cuts clean and bandage them up. They were not deep cuts, and the farmer's wife said she was sure they would heal soon. Look, they're taking care of Blaze. Billy and Blaze had a good rest at the farmhouse and something to eat. Then Billy started for home, letting Blaze walk slowly. On the way, they met the farmers coming back. They said that they had been able to put out the fire before it did any real harm. They all thanked Billy for what he had done. They made him feel quite grown up. They said nice things about Blaze too, so Billy was very happy as he rode home. Look at how happy he looks. When Billy got home, his father and mother were waiting for him. The farmer's wife had telephoned to tell them what had happened. Billy's father took some salve and put it on Blaze's cuts so that they would heal more quickly. Blaze got much petting and had some carrots with his supper. He was very fond of carrots. Billy had some chocolate cake with his supper. He liked that just as much as Blaze liked his carrots. Billy's father and mother were very proud of both Billy and Blaze. See how his dad is bandaging him up? One evening, 2 weeks later, there was a rap at the door. Billy's mother asked him to go and see who was there. It was one of the farmers who had helped put out the fire. He held a big box on it, which was written for Billy and Blaze. Much excited, Billy opened the box. He found a beautiful new bridle with a silver headband on it, which was printed with one word, Blaze. The box also held a pair of shiny new boots. And a fine pair of riding breeches. They were just the right size for Billy. The people of the countryside had bought all these things for him. They wanted to show Billy how grateful they were that he had saved the forest from the forest fire. Do you see his new boots and his riding pants? And there's Blaze's new bridle that says his name on it. That's so cool. It was hard to sleep that night. It seemed to Billy that daylight would never come. He got up several times to look at the new boots and the beautiful bridle. He wanted to be sure he hadn't dreamed about them. Look, he has all those pictures of Blaze on his wall. No one else was awake when Billy brought the new bridle down to the stable and put it on Blaze. Even Rex was still asleep. When Billy got into the saddle wearing his new breeches and boots, he felt fine. He was sure he could ride better because he had them on. Blaze arched his neck proudly. Even in the early dawn, the silver headband on the new bridle shone brightly. His cuts were all healed and he felt fine too. So the two friends started happily off for their early morning ride. There they go on their ride. The end. That was a great book. Thanks for reading it with me, guys.